Hi everybody, it's Julie and I am here with a walkthrough, show and tell of my first prayer journal. And this is the cover. It is actually vintage material that I got as a gift, along with 2 trunks full of vintage material. She had started to make an album, and this was the material that she was using on the album, and I chose it because it matched my the paper line that I was going to be using. So it is birds and butterflies. I did make a charmed tassel to go with it, and it is from my found jewelry box. So we have this cross, and it is turquoise and coral in silver. Then we also have this little tiny doily that is attached. We have this cute little heart paper clip. There is an angel charm here, as well as a love charm, and then pieces of lace and ribbon, and I did knot them. I put knots in them. So this would be a knotty tassel, meaning knots. And when I used to make my fancy hair barrettes and hair pieces for weddings, I always did the knotting, and it gave it more texture. And I like things with more texture. So this tassel is attached with one of the little Tim Holtz loop pins, and you know, it could be a keychain. It could. I love seeing it lay next to the book myself. I also have a couple of little butterfly charms here. I've added this flower that was gifted to me. All of the gold glitter is done with glitter nail polish. So I glittered part of the paper piece that I decoupaged here. I glittered around this paper piece, and then I randomly glittered around on the cover. Okay, so I also attached a eyelet here. I've done a pamphlet stitch. It is 2 signatures. It is chunky, and it is being held closed, the 2 eyelets and this ribbon yarn. Okay, you can see it opens up when it opens. And so here is the beginning, and I have put one of the embossed coffee dyed pages that I made. It says, "Where hope grows, miracles blossom," and it has the butterfly. You open it up here, we have a tuck journal spot, and I've stamped blessed and a little bit of glitter on the flowers here. We have one of the verse cutouts and a little note paper, also coffee dyed. And we have this paper clip here that is holding this tuck spot closed, but you could put another thing here. And this is part of the pattern paper that I chose, the scrapbook paper that I chose for this book. So you open it up, and we have some journaling here. I stamped the butterfly, added this. It came out of a poem book, and I just ripped it and glued it there. And this does open up, and there's some light journaling lines here, and it's stamped. We have a note tag that is backed with coffee dyed paper, and one of these side pocket tucks that has been decorated with washi, a little bit of stamping, and also some distressing. Here we have another verse and a butterfly stamped on this doily, and this is one of the coffee dyed embossed pages from the charger plate. I have added lace to this side so you see the stitching through, and here is the peach lace. We have a belly band here. I tied a bow with a raffia around it. We have a note paper with butterflies, songbirds, and this little piece of note card also. Okay. Here we have a bottom pocket. It also has a belly band and a variety of papers. And the first one of 6 of these tags, and I have stamped lines on the back of this one, and it is distressed. This is from Tsunami Rose. I did get these. I will put a link to her Etsy shop down below. It's a digital download. You purchase it, and I had it right away and was able to use it. I printed it onto pink file folders. I have a few hundred of them, so I like the color. The peachy pink color went along with this. I also glittered on with the nail polish on the flowers. Okay, so we have this little note paper here, and I've stamped. I've stamped down here. I've used one of the praise stickers here. I've attached this lace, and again the stitching is showing through on this side. This is a napkin that I've glued onto some ledger paper and stamped. I sewed around this, making this a pocket, and added a little bit of stamping down here. It's coffee dyed paper, and it is backing this vellum sheet. It's a large pocket, so something could go in there. Okay, and then in the center of the signature, I did a side border with this one that opens, because I love this whole picture. So I wanted you to be able to see this whole picture. So, but you can still journal here. And then on the strings, I've added this little vellum flower and a heart. Okay. So here we have another scripture. I've made it into a pocket. This came out of one of those 365-day calendars that are on that you turn the page. It's on a binder ring. And then I've just put in a couple of little tags. Oh, and these, wherever you see these roses with the butterflies, and most of these I have printed on music paper. These are from Deli Girl, 1961. It was one of her free downloads, and they're actually meant to be file folders, but I had a little trouble in my printing. It was my error, so I ended up with this piece here. Part of the paper had folded in my printer, so I lost the other part. So I will put a link to her. Hers is actually her website, so I'll put a link to that down below. Here we have a side tuck pocket. You can journal here on these lines, and this just pops up, and we have this gold seal and a little stamping down there. We have this cute note card. I'm going to be bummed when I run out of those. And it's on coffee dyed paper, and I did do some stamping there and down here. Here we've added another one of those verses from the calendar, and inside the pocket I have an index card and a tag. And you're able to journal on both of those. Next is the ledger with the napkin. Then we have a side border made using the material like we used on the cover. It does have some of the glitter, and it has a couple of little things. This one is from a book that I got at Dollar Tree, and then I stamped the lines and I stamped the flowers onto it, and this side it just stamped flowers. So, and then the other one is just a note paper. Here's the other side, and it also has a pretty coffee dyed tag. Here I've added one of the images from the back of the calendar that I was using through this book and made it into a text spot. We've got this little tiny ticket, a little note paper that is folded, and a tag that's from a napkin that is decoupaged and then coffee dyed. Okay, some more note paper. Here we have a pocket, and in the pocket is one of the poems. And I just really like this picture. And on this side we have a morning prayer by Debbie Emmel North. And it is a prayer journal, so I wanted to include that because it's prayer. And then we got this little lace here. This page has the little side tuck. And now we have some of the little washi that I have. This one says be still and know. It is distressed, it is stamped, and it has the journaling line stamped on it. We also have a tag. This is cut out of the cover of the calendar. And then another one of the tags from Tsunami Rose. And it's lightly got the lines on the back. Here we have my Hidden in Joy. I try and put one of these in each of my journals. And so this is where it is here. This is the other side of that embossed charger plate. I did distress a little bit with a peachy pink ink pad that I had. And we have the Follow Your Heart. So the other thing that I tried to do is there is a quote or a verse in each group of pages for you to, if you're looking for something to journal about. And so that is one of the things that you'll find. So here we have this, and you're able to journal about that on all these pages, or you can just journal about whatever you'd like. Another one of those pockets. Actually, it's a flip pocket, so you can continue to journal down here. And this just holds with this circle. The pocket has this little piece of the calendar and this little coin envelope that has some more papers in it for more notes. So there's some book page in there, labels, and that. Okay. And those go inside this pocket. And we stamped here and also stamped the flowers. Here's another piece of that scrapbook paper. And now here we have this little tuck spot here. And we have an envelope. And this envelope has praying for you. And then you've got these little, a little piece of lace doily and the word blessed. And then places to write about the people that you're praying for. Okay. There we go. And then this one opens up, and you have a place for journaling or writing in there. And we have the Eiffel Tower. Okay. This is the back of the envelope. And this is the back of the first signature. We have the word believe, and you're actually able to see it from there as well. Did add a little bit of this smaller trim here, and on this side I distressed it with the ink that I was using. So here's our second signature, and it starts out with this little short page. Fear not, for I am with you. Be not dismayed, for I am your God. I will strengthen you, Isaiah. And this is a sticker. I used 4 of the little sticker sheets that I had gotten at Hobby Lobby. Okay, so I've added lace here, and the stitching shows through on this side. And we have a pocket here. This is out of wrapping paper. I've added an index card that is coffee dyed, a pink index card, and another one of the Tsunami Rose tags. Here we have a little tiny pocket card that I made out of the one of the the pages, or one of the things from the back of the calendar. I flipped it up. I glued it onto this paper, and I flipped it up and put the word blessed here and glued the sides so it's actually a little pocket. And the pocket holds a little ticket that I've decoupaged and a little note card, and it is being held on along with the grateful card. And if I can figure out how to get this on here. Actually, we'll do that afterwards. Okay, so, but here I wanted to tell you, you saw in the other, there was another one of these, okay? So there is a thankful, a grateful, and a blessed, and they're just these little cards. And I decided to start including those in my prayer journals and my grateful journals. And you can actually take these out and put them somewhere that you'll see, and they'll just be a reminder to say that little I'm grateful prayer, or I am blessed, or I am thankful, grateful, and blessed. Okay? I have these little tiny ones that say faith and enthusiasm, and they came from a friend, actually one of my Mary Kay customers, many, many years ago. So like 13 years ago, she gave me these little tiny cards, and I still have them. They are in my drawers where I keep my washi tape, and they're actually in the front, and they face me. And every time I open the washi drawer, I see the little card from her. It reminds me of her, and it reminds me enthusiasm is God within, and faith. So you're going to get 3 of these little cards in your book to put somewhere to just remind you. Okay? So next, this is some of the grid paper I've stamped here. This is the day that the Lord has made. Let us rejoice and be glad in it. And then I distressed it with a little bit of the pink. Here we have a little front tuck. And again, it's using the part of the calendar, and then I added a sticker to it here. This has a little tag I made from a label, a ticket, and a piece of paper that I went ahead and put some lines on. And that is there. And then inside the pocket you get another one of the ledger papers that are printed with the Deli Girl file. You can see there's the file folder. And that's just in there like that. And then the postcard. Okay, and while you were out, pink messages. A little bit of washi tape down here. Turn this page. We have the heart with the little piece of washi tape with faith can move mountains. Here we have Turning to God, and it is a tear out of a book that I have, and a prayer plant, and this came out of my houseplant book. I stamped it a little there and added some journaling on the back, and I just thought that was a fun addition to a prayer journal. Here we have some birds in a nest and another scripture here. We have a time card. I've made a pocket out of the time card and added a tag. Here we have a tag cover. I call it a tag cover. I don't know what it would be called, but it comes apart like this, and you put it over the top of the page. And I love that you can see the Enjoy Life when you're looking at the book. If you don't like that, you can move it down. It's okay. Okay, this is a pocket with an index card inside. It's some of the note paper that I got at Hobby Lobby, and on the back is some of the pink coffee dyed paper, and it's also on note paper here. Here's one of the little washi tapes that says faith. Over here, blessings brighten when we count them. And I have a little tag that is just hanging here on a paper clip. And this is one of the ones that came from Michael's many years ago. And then I decoupaged this rose from a napkin on the other side. This is a pocket, and inside we have a glued napkin with the bird. You can, and then graph paper on the back so you can journal on the back. And another one of Tsunami Rose tags. This one I added just a little bit of paper lace, and I made a tuck spot here with the cut apart out of the paper pad. Some lace here. Here we have the thankful card. And then along with that, we have one of the file folders down, and I printed it on the pink. I stamped it with this telegram stamp and the dream stamp. And then inside is this cute little journaling card that I made, and I stamped some flowers on. You have a coffee dyed invoice and a coffee dyed graph index card. I'll come back to that. Okay, here is a side pocket, and you have great is thy faithfulness. A little bit of stamping here. And that came out of the hymn book that I have. Put those up there. Okay. Next is the middle of the signature. And again, we have the little flower and the little heart. We have this little verse, and it flips up so that you can actually journal on this whole page. And down here, follow your heart wherever it takes you. Next, we have another one of those pockets. It's actually a side pocket, and some stamping, a tag out of the napkin, and then with the coffee dyeing on the back with the lace, and just a piece of yellow lined paper. Here we have, this one is not a tuck spot, but it does have the journaling spot, and then you can journal here as well. And the little scripture down here. So when you're putting this up, pulling this over, you'll see that you have the little angel charm made out of a butterfly clip. Here we have a top tuck spot, and I've made a pocket out of this note card, and I flipped it up so the bird is down here, added a scripture, added a little peach tag, some paper, an invoice that I folded up to look like an envelope, and all of that just goes in there and then under here. Next we have this little bird from the cut apart, and a file that I cut the top off, added the lace, sewed around it, sewed the lace in, and added a tag. So you have a little tuck spot there. Here you have this heart, and I've glued it here and here, and this little note just fits right in there. You can journal here, you can journal on this, you can add more. Here's another page for journaling, a little bit of washi tape, some stamping. Here is an upper tuck, and you pull it down, you can still journal there. This is from the cut apart, you can journal on that. This one I added glorify, and another one of the tear outs from my book, and it says at peace. And then I did stencil imagine and hope down here. We have some peach ribbon or lace here, added a tag, another pocket made out of that calendar, and a pocket here using the graph paper index card that I've decoupaged some napkin on. I had this scrap that was gifted to me in a swap, and so I just sewed around it, added a little stamping, and another one of the Tsunami Rose tags. This side I made a little side pocket using these, call it angel wings, I added these little bells down to the bottom. I did let the lace come out at the bottom and at the side, and I made a tuck spot out of it. So we have a little bird note card, a little daisy note, and some pink paper there. You can also journal right on this page, put pictures, add things, and here's your third card, your blessed card. It is on the same page with where I stamped, "With God, all things are possible." I stamped some of the little pink flowers, and I distressed with my pink ink pad. This is a little plastic paper clip, and it just has the tiniest piece of lace to make the paper clip. And on this page, we have the last one of the Tsunami Rose tags for this book. And then we have the larger calendar from the back of the calendar image. And we've made a tuck spot pocket and added a tag there. And there you go. So this is my prayer journal. And it's birds and butterflies patchwork. It will be in my Etsy shop. And please share it. And if you are ready to have a place to write down your prayers, your thoughts, possibly even use it as a Bible study type book, because the verses are in there for you. It is ready. All you really need is a pen. You've got plenty, and I'm going to add some other tags and note cards for you. There's just no more room for me to put it inside. One of the ways that I've used my books is I have the book, and I'll have all the papers and the tags and everything over here, and then as I use them, I will put them in my book, or I will write in my book. And I personally don't go front to back. I think about what I'm going to write, and if I have that much writing to do, I'll use that page. If I have that much writing to do, or it's a quote that is just going to take up that much, then I would put it there. So I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you enjoyed. I loved making this. I can't wait to make more. I really can't wait for this to have a home where it is being used. And I would just have to say, enjoy. So if you have any comments, questions, suggestions, please put them down below. Find something to celebrate every day. And don't forget to subscribe. The Etsy shop is listed below. Bye-bye.